Welcome to the Your Next Level podcast. I'm your host, Insaaf. Join me every Monday for a new episode where we talk career, manifestation, money, relationships, and so much more. Join us as we show you how to get from where you're at to your next level. You can expect a new episode every single Monday. Welcome to Your Next Level with Insaaf Daniels. It is 2024, my friends. Welcome to this episode. This episode is going to be such a juicy one. I'm going to help you carve out your future path. We're going to do that in this episode. It is going to be so juicy so that you can live your most sparkly, pure magic life in 2024. Because why not? I have my book with me. I made some notes. And when I make notes, it means that this is really going to get juicy because I've really given every single thing that I'm going to discuss in today's episode a lot of thought. Okay. The past couple of years, since I would say end of 2020 to current, I have really made the most out of everything, out of my time, the connections, the people, the relationship buildings. Everything has been so intentional. And I want to share with you what it is that I have done and some of the things that I'm going to apply in 2024 so that you can do it as well. Because I want you to build the life of your dreams. I want you to create the life of your dreams. So many women are doing it right now. So many people in this world are doing it, and it is your time as well. We are past the stage of sitting back and letting things happen to us. No, okay? We are no longer accepting that. We're no longer just accepting things into our life. We are taking our power. If you have not yet taken your power back for 2024, it is your time. I am giving you permission to take back your power. You can decide right now to take back your power because you have the opportunity to create your life brick by brick, your absolute dream life. Whatever has happened before, we do not care about that. We care about what is happening from this point onwards. So with every word that you speak, I want you to be so intentional with your life going forward. And you can come back to this episode as much as you need to. Be so intentional with every word that you speak, every social media account that you follow. Where are you putting your energy into? Okay. I love to, when I kick off the new year, especially, I love to do like a detox and I love to kick off things that are no longer serving me. So I'll look at Instagram. Because that's the social media that I'm on most of the time. What accounts am I following? And then I'll look at and I'll unfollow those that no longer serve me for what it is that I'm trying to build. Then I'll look at like my WhatsApp. What are the messages that I need to delete from there? I'll look at my photo. I have no problem with deleting photos. If I were to lose all of my photos right now, it would not matter. Honestly, like I would just be like, oh, all of it is gone. Happened to me several times before. Do not care because I'm not trying to live in the past. Okay, memories are great, but it lives up in my head. So I want you to be so intentional. Okay, what music are you listening to? What is on your playlist right now? Do you need to make a new playlist for 2024 where the music is more upbeat rather than sad songs? Okay, be intentional on the social media accounts that you follow. Who are the top 5 people in your WhatsApp chat? Okay, you are the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Are those 5 people that are listed on top of your WhatsApp, are you the average of them? Do you want to be the average of them? The reason why social media, like looking at your social media and unfollowing those people that are no longer serving you, is so key is because on social media, we tend to like see the glamorous side of everyone's life. And I do the same. I am not posting when I am sad. I am posting when I'm killing it in life. I'm not posting when I'm procrastinating. I'm posting when I am making the moves. That is just how Instagram is. Okay, people are not posting the sad stories. I mean, there are some, but you don't go on Instagram to see sad stuff, right? So this is just a reminder that what you see online is not a depiction of what is going on. And it's so easy for us to compare ourselves to others. And you might see like someone starting a family, someone getting married, someone driving a specific car or traveling a specific country. And then you're like, why is that not happening to me? And you start comparing your life to this other person's life. But when you sit in the stillness and you think about it, like, is this actually what you want? Do you actually want to get married? Do you actually want to have a child? Did you even want to travel to that country, or did you have a whole other life planned out for you? Okay, do you even have a life planned out for you? We get so caught up in other people, and it's good to admire people and to get mentors, but don't forget your authentic way. Don't forget your authenticity, what is the dreams that you have? Because there's no point of going after the dreams of other people. Other people can definitely show you the way, but you need to carve out your authentic way so that you no longer feel intimidated by what you see other people are achieving, because you know whether or not you want to achieve that thing as well. And then you also need to let go from your mind, like in as we're getting into this episode, let go of what other people have achieved. Forget about them so that you can get closer on what it is that you want. You are not here to follow someone else's blueprint. Like I mentioned earlier, it's good to have mentors, but you need to carve out your specific vision. You need to be so pulled and turned on by your vision that that is the thing that makes you keep going. Because if you are trying to live out someone else's vision, then you're going to get tired and you're going to get exhausted. But when you are following your own vision, then you will do whatever it takes because it's so juicy. You're so turned on by it. And this really happens when you are building the life that you want. Okay, don't get exhausted by because you're building a life of what someone else is actually dreaming about, or they have built, and you think you need to match that. It is normal to have mentors that you look up to, but do your life your way. Get the advice, but you are unique. Okay, don't just copy them, because like I said, you're gonna get exhausted. Look into what is unique for you, what's exciting for you, what gets you up in the morning. What are those things? And I want you to, I know sometimes like it is so easy to copy someone else because you are so afraid of taking the step in the direction that you want to go into, because you are scared of failure. You're scared of taking risk. However, the more you take the risk, the more you try, the more you, for lack of a better word, quote unquote, fail. This is the way that you are going to reach to the ultimate thing that you are meant to do. Okay, if you have an idea to start a business, let's say it's a clothing business, start the business. If it doesn't work out, then at least you know that you did it. And this is going to lead you to the next thing. And if that next thing doesn't work out, it will lead you to the next thing. However, rather do that, rather try instead of just sitting on the idea. On the more you take risks, the more you become clearer on the things that you actually want, and you discover so much more about yourself, which is just so juicy. Do you not want to discover more about yourself, more about what you like? So it's really about indulging in the messy action. Sometimes it's going to be messy, it's not always going to be a clear path, but it is time to think bigger and bolder and beyond just the conventional goals that you set for yourself. There is just so much more available in this life and available to you, and all you need to do is decide. So deciding to start a business, okay, deciding to apply for the job, decide to change your style. These things will really open up the doors for you to seeing like yourself in a different way. When I decided to change jobs, I became a whole different person. I became more open, more vulnerable. I was able to like really kick off my business. I flourished in a way that I did not expect, but that was because I put myself out there and in a different environment as well. If I had not done that, I would have still been, let's say, the little girl that I was. Because that's how I think my previous employer had seen me, because they had known me since I was like an intern, and I felt like they always saw me as this young girl. And when I moved into my new role, because I moved into it as a human capital business partner, yeah, which was quite similar to my previous role. However, they had seen me as this person stepping into this role, and eventually, you guys know my story. If you don't, became a director less than 2 years later, and I was able to step up. I was able to step into this different version of myself that I didn't know existed. I used to be so closed up. I wouldn't share anything about my personal life. It was almost like I had built like these invisible barriers around me when it comes to people. And stepping into this new space, I became more vulnerable because I was around people that were somewhat more vulnerable. I wanted my goal and aim was to find a place where I can just be truly myself, and that's exactly what happened when I had opened up my mind to this possibility. It is time to like just think bigger. What is it that you truly desire, whether it is in a relationship, in a business, in a job? What is it that you truly desire? Like, not about like what you saw someone else had achieved or what is normal for you in like your family or your culture. Okay, cast aside the limitations imposed by your family, your culture, society, your peer group. You don't want their life, okay? So don't listen to their advice. This is like something thing that we all need to do. Okay, stop asking others for advice, especially when you are asking the wrong people. Only ask advice from people that you actually look up to, that there's something about their life that actually inspires you. But we are always asking relationship advice from our single friend. We're always asking career advice from a person that has been stuck in the same job for decades. Like that is, I am not even joking about that. People are doing that and it is time to stop. Let's talk about expanding your vision and how it is that you can expand your vision. So some of the things that I would suggest that maybe you could even journal about or think about, okay? In order to expand your vision, one of the things you can do is really spend intentional time in different spaces. So putting yourself in a different environment will allow your brain to open up and your mind to open it up so much more to the possibilities for yourself. If you are constantly working from home, then you are just confined in that space. So if you're just like at home most of the time, you're confined into that space. And those are basically the limitations for you. If you go to a hotel, if you're going to go and, I mean, you're going to stay at a hotel. If you're going to go and have coffee at a hotel, you're opening up that space. You are seeing there's going to be someone playing the piano. There are going to be other people. Maybe you'll meet the person that you're supposed to be with over there, right? Maybe you meet like your next business partner. Maybe you just meet like this random person that says something that sparks something in you. But you're not going to get those opportunities and that juiciness of life if you're going to stay in the four walls of what you have always confined yourself to. Go to the beach, go to different coffee shops, and like you don't need to spend a lot of money on these things. And it's so healthy for you to do this by yourself as well, so that you can get to know what it is that you really enjoy about yourself, which is so damn juicy. It's so sexy. I really think it's so sexy. Gone are those days where you go to a coffee shop or a restaurant and you're by yourself and it is like you lame or you lose it. It is so sexy. Like a woman doing that, I think she is so in her power. And every time I see it, I just want to be like, girl, I love you. You're doing you. Good for you. So expand your environment. Space massively impacts what you were thinking about and the way you think about yourself as well. I would also suggest that you read or listen to different autobiographies or books as well. There are so many things that you can learn from there. The one book that I am busy reading is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. And I have learned so much about what people had done like back in the day, obviously, in order to gain power and the different types of power. And what is so exciting is you can understand like what type of power, what like law of power you would like to apply into your life. And you can even test it out. How juicy is that? And see if it works for you or not. You can also set like time with yourself to do future self-planning. You can use this podcast episode to do that, to understand like how it is that you're going to expand your vision. Where are you going to go? I have like money dates with myself every month as well. You can also use Pinterest for fresh inspiration. I love it when I am feeling like for anything really, when I am going on a trip, when I don't have inspiration in terms of outfits to wear, when I just need a boost, like to get into a specific energy, I would just go into Pinterest, type the way I would like to feel on Pinterest, and it will feed me with like amazing pictures. That's just going to like spice up my life and expand my brain a little bit. Then let's talk about some journaling that you can do to expand your vision. Journaling is such a good tool because usually everything lives in our head and it's running through our head and it is so exhausting. And that's why it is really good to do some journaling, because you basically brain dumping. Also, if you're maybe experiencing anxiety around a specific thing that is happening, or you're concerned about something, journaling it out. I wish that someone had told me about journaling way back in the day when I was somewhat insecure. Journaling would have definitely helped me. Journaling also helps with just understanding yourself better. So some of the journaling prompts that I would suggest that you can tap into to expand your vision is, if you were Beyonce, okay, what would you wear? If you were the version of Beyonce, what would you wear? What style would you have? Not Beyonce style, like your version of it. Okay, if you lived in a different country, what would you be doing differently in your life? That is another juicy journaling prompt. Where in your life do you feel obligated to please others, and how can you change it? The next one is, if you were paid for just being yourself, how would you show up every day? And then who is someone that you can look up to as a role model that's going to help and guide you to expand the vision for your life? So those are some of the journaling prompts that I would suggest that you get into to just expand on, understand what really creates that sexiness into your life. So let's talk about your goals. I hope that you have set goals already. If you did not, here are some things that you need to consider when setting goals. So firstly, your goal needs to be clear. You need to be, I talk about this all the time, you need to be so clear on what the goal is and when you want to achieve it. Okay? Make your goal outrageous. Make it even sound like you are delusional. And this is why. If you were going to set a goal to read 3 books for the year, and it would be easy, right? You would read those 3 books and then it would be done. But you'd only read 3 books. Maybe you'd read like 5 just to make it more exciting. However, if your goal was to read like 14 books, okay, you would probably reach 7, 10, 12, maybe 14. Even if you don't make the 14 mark, you are highly likely to reach somewhere closer to that goal. It's because you are allowing yourself to stretch. If you set a realistic goal, like reading 3 books, it's going to be so obvious. You're going to drag it on. You will probably take all year to read that 3 books because that is like the small target. But if you know your goal is 14 books, you are highly likely going to read between 7 and 10, if not more books, because the goal is bigger and it's going to be on your mind. So at least like once a month, you're probably going to pick up a book. So make it outrageous, make it exciting, make it sexy for yourself. Small goals is way too obvious. We are not setting small goals in 2024. No freaking way. Small goals are obvious. We have already achieved it. It is easy. There is no excuses anymore for not achieving what you want in life. Time is up for excuses. If you are listening to this podcast episode, you are definitely someone that has a little bit of discipline. If you don't think that you are the type of person that has discipline, like, let me tell you, you are wrong. You do have it. You have it. You just need to bring it out of you. The fact that you are listening to this episode, I already know that you are like of the 1% of people that want to make a difference in their life. The fact that you have listened to this episode already means that you are going to take action, because you're going to pick up, if you don't do anything, like if you are not doing the journaling exercise, if you have not set your goals, there would have been one thing that I said that is going to stay with you, and you're going to take action on that. You are going to take action even if it is subconsciously. So you already, like, listening to this episode has already been action. So you're pretty awesome. This year, you are not going to make any excuses. No freaking procrastination. We have no time for that. We want to be the best, biggest, boldest, happiest versions of ourselves. We are going to go after every single thing that we want in life and be happy at the same time. It is totally possible. The fact that I have that in my mind makes it possible. You would not have a vision, a dream, a goal in your mind if it was not possible. If it was not freaking meant for you, okay? I am not having visions about like flying a plane, because that's not what my desire is. But I do have a vision of being in a room full of like thousands of women and delivering like an awesome motivational speech, because that's like my vision for me. So what is your vision? What is your non-negotiable? You need to make this happen because it is so sexy. And then when obstacles come into your way this year, I want you to not let that stop you and use that as fuel to drive you to do better. Okay, whether it is someone, oh, especially if it's someone, like, you're just gonna kick them out. You're gonna be like, you know what, thank you, but I do not have time for this. You do not have time for people to make you feel like anything of you really is not important. You are in your freaking prime. You are never ever going to get this time in your life back again. You're never going to get like this day, this month, this year. You're never going to get it back. So you no longer have time to waste it on people that is mediocre, to waste it on people that do not even want to get to your level. If you are shifting this year, if you are still listening to this part of the episode, that means that you are ready for that next level of your life, that you want it, that you crave it, that you know that you are ultimately meant for more. And it is time to go after it. So no, like Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Sally, or whoever is going to get in your way, no matter what anyone says. Okay, you are not going to let anyone take happiness away from you. You're not going to let anyone take any of your goals. You're not going to allow anyone to delay anything for you. It is your time. You need to demand it. You need to declare to the universe what it is that you are asking for. for. And you need to believe that it is your time. You are ready for it now. Okay. Not like 5 years, not like whatever thing you want to make up that someone had told you, like what is realistic. We have no time for that. We want to achieve the goals now because we want to be happy and we want to achieve it like in the same time. We can do that together. You do not have to go after your goals and like be like stressed out and be tired and all of those like boring things. We can go after our goals and be happy at the same freaking time. Okay, if you want to know more on how to do that, I would highly suggest that you DM me about the Next Level membership so that I can let you know. No matter what goals you set, you are likely to get very close. Therefore, the bigger your goal is, the more likely you're going to get it. Like I said earlier, you have to ask the universe, you have to ask God for what it is that you want. When we have the courage to ask for what we want, the universe will deliver. Okay? Your goals is not just about achieving the goal. That is not like you don't set the goal to just like tick it off. Okay? It's about who you need to become in the process of getting that goal. Because you know that what you want, like that version of you, has done so much work between where they are now and where they are at. If that is not like in your mind, if you don't think that you need to do any work, then your goal's not big enough. So once you reach that goal, okay, you are going to realize that you needed to become a different version of you. So who do you need to become now to work towards your goal? What things do you need to shift? What things do you need to change? What beliefs do you need to navigate? What type of work ethic do you need to adopt? What are the things that you need to let go of? Who are the people that you need to let go of? Your goals are a vehicle to help you stretch and expand into being who you always dreamed of. I'm going to say that again. Your goals is the vehicle that's going to help you expand and stretch into the person that you always knew that was possible for you. Go outside of the norms. Go outside of the family, of the culture, of your peers. Go for what you want. So where can you expand your vision to make it more surprising, more sexy, more like OMFG? More like, what the freaking hell was she thinking? How can she set such an outrageous goal? It's like, how can you not? How can you not want a life so juicy that makes people be like, what? Like, is that even possible? And if someone is like looking confused at your goal, it just means that their brain has not even thought about it being so big for them yet. And maybe you can help them, but also it's not your place. If you were going to die in 3 years, okay? Let me say that seriously. If you were going to die in 3 years, do you want them to say, oh, she worked so hard. She was always at home. She made sure that her house was always clean. That was one of my favorite things about her. She always did the dishes. She always cooked such a good meal. I mean, that is nice. But what about like she lived such a juicy life. Okay, she went skydiving. She created major things. She had this outrageous goal and she went after it. She like changed jobs. She was married and then she didn't like it and then she got divorced and then she met this sexy guy and her life is just so sexy. Okay, the more scarier your goal, the more you're likely to go towards it because it's juicy and it's sexy. It's going to feel so exciting instead of a boring goal. So, my friend, I want you to dream with fresh eyes. Okay, maybe you can think about it. If you had a coach, what type of goals would they set for you? All right. So, some of the tools that you can tap into to help you achieve your goals is definitely get a planner. You need to write your goals down. Okay, you're 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down. That is statistically. Getting an accountability buddy, partner, multiple. We have a Next Level group if you want to know how to join that, to have people hold you accountable. 95% of people that check in with accountability partners achieve their goals. 90 freaking 5%. Having a vision board definitely helps because it is there on display. And plus, like just the effort of putting together that vision board, like it ingrains into your subconscious and then putting it in a place where you can see every single day, whether it is a vision board on your phone. Let me show you guys my vision board on my phone. I obviously have a physical vision board, and then I also have my 2024. If you're watching on video, you can see what my vision board is. Anyway, you can have it on your phone, so it's always in your face. Okay, and then of course, having a morning routine is so juicy. Okay, setting yourself up for success. There's no better time to set yourself up than in the morning. All right, and I mean you can set yourself like mentally now up already for the morning. That is it from me, guys, ladies. We are going to be our most happiest, sparkly, like no shit taking self in 2024. It is time. It is time. You are coming. I am telling you this now. You are going for every single thing that you desire in 2024. And like, we are not doing that BS of, oh, let's start this year over in Feb. Like, that's not going to apply to you. Okay, that is boring. Like, everyone expects it. No freaking way. From when you're listening to this episode, if you had not already started, you're starting now. This is it from me. Thank you so much. Love you so much. I appreciate you, rooting for you, and I'll chat with you in the next episode. Bye.